Welcome to the Mike and JD Show YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. I want you to do me a big favor before you check out this clip. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to throw in a comment and make sure you're a subscriber to this channel. And then I want you to share this video with your friends. Help us defeat the algorithm. And then if you like this content and you appreciate this content, please head over to patreon.com/the Mike and JD Show and support the show. That is how we actually get funded to be able to do this. So we thank you very much for being here. And now enjoy the clip.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you work your A game. A made, no rain from the track when we unite and spit. This isn't A game, better bring your A game. Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you work your A game. A made, no rain from the track.
You know what? I'm going to go to another dark topic, and then the rest of the show is just going to be fun. Let's get the dark shit out of the way. So the next story, dude, this one is a wild one. Joe, this is before your time, but Billy Jack Haynes, he was he actually wrestled in the WWF in 1987. He wrestled Hercules Hernandez at WrestleMania 3. I think WWF just called him Hercules, but it says right here, ABC News, Billy Jack Haynes has been taken into police custody in connection with the death of his wife in Portland, authorities say. Portland police said in a statement over the weekend that Haynes, 70, was in police custody at a local hospital undergoing treatment for a medical condition unrelated to the homicide or his contact with law enforcement. So ABC News probably doesn't know this, but Billy Jack Haynes has been in bad shape for a long time, and he's been batshit crazy for a long time. He's got some shoot interviews. He said at one point that he helped Bill Clinton kill people. This guy's wild, man. But Haynes was identified by police as the suspect in a fatal shooting of Jeanette Beecraft, 85. Police said they responded Thursday to reports of a shooting in a Portland neighborhood and requested help from special teams, including crisis and negotiators. KGW-TV reported that Haynes was detained 2 hours after 2 hours of negotiations. Police found Beecraft dead inside the home. A police spokesperson said on Monday they did not answer questions about the case, including whether Haynes had been released from the hospital, citing the ongoing investigation. It is not known whether Haynes had a lawyer who could speak on his behalf. I think it was reported later that he was choosing to represent himself. I think I could be wrong about that, but Billy Jack Haynes, man, he's a wild man, has been for a long time. He's kind of a scary guy, but it looks like he killed his wife, man. So it's just really another bad week in pro wrestling.
Bad start to the entire year for pro wrestling. Really, these last six weeks have not been filled with just fun storylines and banger matches.
It's we've been getting some of that here. I'm gonna pull up. Oh man, never mind. I went to go pull up the Billy Jack Haynes story, but it's behind a paywall. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Former wrestler claims we witnessed murders of Don Henry and Kevin Ives. Let's see if this one has it. Okay. So here it says here, and I will pull this one up. So he is into all kinds of conspiracy shit, dude. This guy has been out there for a long time. So whenever the news broke that he'd killed his wife, like nobody was like shocked by it. Yeah. So this is from Billy Jack. In August of 1987, I was contacted by the Arkansas criminal politician. He's talking about Playboy Bill Clinton there. Oh God, what happened? Where'd it go? Oh, okay. And asked if I would provide muscle at Arkansas drug stop, said Haynes while reading from a paper. The criminal politician suspected that some drug money stops are being stolen. So while conducting security during the alleged drug purchase, Haynes claimed he witnessed the murders of Henry and Ives. Haynes also claimed that the politician believed police officers were involved in the theft of the drug money. Haynes said that the teens were murdered by people working for the same criminal politician. He then said he met Linda Ives in 2016 and gave them the names of everyone involved in to her private investigator. So this was like an open murder case, and he said that he was there, he was involved, and that Bill Clinton was involved. So this guy is just this guy's whacked, man.
So he's 77, right? So his heyday was probably the 70s and 80s.
He was so believe it or not, Billy Jack Haynes was huge in Portland, where he still lives, right? So
Yeah.
Portland wrestling, working for Don Owen. He also, I think he did world class for a little bit. He also did Florida, and he was in the WWF, but he just could not keep it together. He was just constantly kind of like
So
bad,
he was always
like
crazy.
this with the promoters. He was always crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. So name that cannot be blank. Billy Jack should never had a gun, although it's entirely possible it wasn't a registered gun. Yeah, I mean, people like you can prevent them from buying it legally; they'll just buy it illegally. That's how that shit works, unfortunately.
It's much easier to buy
America.
it illegally in most places.
Yeah. Billy Jack choosing to represent himself tracks seems like the type. Chris Adams, another terrible, crazy MFer, was terrified of Billy Jack. Left world class when he heard Billy Jack was coming in, coming back once he left. Yeah, Joe Lanza talked about that on his podcast last night. This dude just always been like a crazy, wild dude, and people were just always afraid of him. But man, Billy, just an awful year so far with pro wrestling, man.
Yeah, rough start to the year. Hopefully, most of the really dark news is behind us, but seeing how things have trickled out of the Vince McMahon story, I have a feeling the year's only going to get worse. So do try to take some of the good in with some of the bad. Don't let the bad go away, though.
Yeah. Don't let the bad go away. So he debuted as Billy Jack, a character based on the 1971 movie about a returning Vietnam veteran. So he debuted on October 29, 1982, and was immediately put into a feud with Rip Oliver. So that's in Portland. During that period, Chris Adams was in the promotion with wife Jeannie Clark. Haynes married Clark, who later married Steve Austin in 1983 and divorced her a year later. On December 12, 1982, Jack teamed with so he's just kind of going through the career here. So I pulled up the Observer. He started using the name Billy Jack Haynes in 1984. And then he just bounced around all the different territories, and he was a top guy, big time bodybuilder guy, big time body guy. He used the full Nelson, a guy that just could never get out of his own way, an incredible talent, but he just never really made it as a top guy, unfortunately. And now he's probably going to go to jail the rest of his life, or he'll probably be hospitalized. I think it's probably more likely he'd be hospitalized because he seems to be pretty mental.
Yeah, given his age at 77 years old, it'll probably be easier on the system if he's hospitalized, not having to deal with him in a prison.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So, guys, that's it for all the wacky stuff, all the dark stuff. So, okay.